Can an offer be revoked in contract law? Imagine you're about to buy a car, and the seller says they will hold it for you until tomorrow. But then, before you accept, they decide to sell it to someone else. Can they do that? Well, in contract law, whether an offer can be revoked depends on a few key rules. An offer is basically a proposal from one person to another, saying, "If you agree, I will do this or give you that." It gives the other person the chance to accept and create a binding contract. But until acceptance happens, the person who made the offer, called the offeror, can usually take it back. This is called revoking the offer. Revocation means withdrawing the offer before the other person agrees to it. The tricky part is, the offeror must communicate this revocation clearly to the person who received the offer, called the offeree. If the offeree finds out about the revocation through other means, like seeing the seller sell the car to someone else, that counts too. The timing is very important. The offer can be revoked at any point before the offeree accepts. Once the offeree says yes, a contract is formed, and the offer cannot be revoked anymore. If the offeree accepts the offer by sending a letter or email, the acceptance is usually effective when it is received. But if the offeror revokes the offer before the acceptance is received, no contract is made. Offers that specify a time frame for acceptance can still be revoked before that time unless the offeror has given something of value, called consideration, to keep the offer open. This creates what's called an option contract. For example, if the seller agrees to hold the car for you for 10 days in exchange for a small fee, they can't revoke the offer during that period. In unilateral contracts, where acceptance is through performance, the offer cannot be revoked once the offeree starts performing. For example, if someone offers to pay you to paint their house and you begin painting, they cannot revoke the offer until you finish. Besides revocation, an offer can end in other ways. The offeree can reject it, make a counteroffer, or the offer can lapse if the time runs out. Also, if either party dies or becomes unable to contract, the offer ends. Understanding when and how an offer can be revoked is vital in business. It helps avoid misunderstandings and legal disputes. Clear communication and setting proper time limits make sure everyone knows when an offer is still open or has been withdrawn. So, in simple terms, yes, an offer can usually be revoked before acceptance, but there are important rules about how and when that revocation takes effect.